not your thoughts and you are not your feelings. To take your feelings and then make them part of your identity is a mistake. Welcome to Brand Talk with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew.
I'm Rachel.
Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about choice versus decision. And we talk to a lot of people. We do a lot of business development. Love the people we get to talk to some not so great people, but just part of being a business owner. As you know, all clients are grateful for all clients, but some people, you don't want them to be your client, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about what that looks like when you're growing, what it really is like in the streets, like when you're building your business. It's not like la-di-da, like we're growing and we're making more money. It's still very difficult, but I want to talk about a distinction particularly here today: decisions and choice. They're not one of the same. So when you make a decision, the linguistic, the Latin development of the word means to cut off. So anytime you're looking at something and you are deciding what you decide to do, you are cutting off the word is escaping me, but the ability to go in the other direction.
Kind of like bangs, you know?
Like bangs?
Once you get bangs, like that's it.
Kind of like bangs. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like bangs. Bangs is a decision.
Yeah.
Right? So
it is a period at the end of that sentence.
Yeah. So say you're looking to do something like build a brand, or you're looking to purchase a location, or you're looking to expand. It is important to understand what you're deciding on, but also what are you cutting off? Like, what are you saying no to? That's an important dichotomy there, right, to understand. And it'll help give you more clarity if you can kind of step back and think about your thoughts, and more so as like a third party, rather than like you are your thoughts or you are your feelings, because you are not your thoughts and you are not your feelings. So to take your feelings and then make them a part of your identity is a mistake, because these feelings come and go. They're fleeting. Also observe those as a third party, right? So you are not your feelings. You have them. They're there. And you can observe them. So when you're having a decision, you can observe the decision. Even better, back a napkin, piece of paper, you could write down, cool, if I decide this, what am I going to do? Like, what will my future bring forth by making this decision? You can really easily map that out just with some thought, just some thinking time, and if I decide to do this, what is that? And then you're cutting off something. So that's a decision. So really you're, if you're deciding to go down one road versus the other one, you're cutting off you're cutting off the future that path could bring to you, right? So interesting thought. Choice, different. Choice is based upon impact. So when you choose, you just choose because that's what you chose, right? So when you do that, there is an impact based off of what you choose. So what I think about it like a rock in the lake where there's a ripple effect. So when you have a ripple effect, you're going to see these ripples. And if I choose this path, what are those ripples? In those ripples, what I think of them as impact. What is the impact of those ripples on me? And this is where your values come in, like on me, my family, my friends, my business, like whatever's important to you, right? So if you're going to choose to do something, like what are the impacts of that? Say you're going to we chose to go on a road trip to Disney World with an RV. With RV was kind of jacked up. So we had to choose, we're going to do it.
That was fun.
Yeah. And I thought about all of, this is how I think. I see all the great things and I see all the potential challenges that can have, right? So when we had a lot of challenges doing that.
I would say during that trip, I was just thinking about like the pros. I wasn't thinking about them.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I'm not driving it. I mean, whatever.
I'm gonna have to figure
Drew
it out.
will figure it out.
She's like, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out on this particular situation.
Yeah.
So, but the kids, Disney World, like we have young kids. It made more sense. You were sniffing and yawning all up in that mic.
I'm sorry. I haven't been outside in a while, and I just had a baby. Give me a minute. Literally 5 days ago.
Yeah, let's sniffle. So that being said, guys, you want to make sure that when you choose, you are looking down and understanding the impacts of both choices, right? And it's that simple. So deciding things, because they're not the same. People are making choices like decisions, and they're making decisions like choices. They're a different deal. It's a different word. And it's important to learn the definitions of these words so you can better communicate and you can better operate and function a little cleaner and neater. Because a lot of people maybe not even heard that before, right? I know when I first learned that, I had heard nothing like that. This isn't something that I made up. This is just something I geek out on and come upon over time. So when you choose because you chose it, and you're looking at the impacts. Example, moving somewhere. If you're going to move somewhere, what is the impact of moving there? And you'll see a lot of pros, cons, what's good, what's bad, what's like, what does it actually look like? What are the ripple effects of that? If I don't move, what are the ripple effects of that? Good, and not really good, bad, right, or wrong, but looking on it like like, does it work? Like, what works for you and your goals and what you're trying to do and what you want to facilitate in your time on Earth, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about decision versus choice. This is something that has helped me a lot, and I hope you found it valuable. And I just wanted to start the podcast
taking them to church
with that. So.
Yeah, and I think like as far as like that's the overarching concept of that, and as far as how this plays into the salon, into your business, and to you as a stop it. I was not that.
What?
I wasn't doing it like that. Anyway. Stop.
So rude.
Oh my gosh. I've literally, you know what's rude? Why don't you check your Garmin sleep time versus mine? Okay.
Well, I bought you one, but you don't wear it. So
I actually found it in a drawer today and plug it in. I did. It's next to the sink. Okay. So how this integrates into the salon and you being a leader in your business is what I'm going to share. Okay. So you guys went to church, learned the things with Drew, and now I'm going to show you how to really like plug this into the salon space. So, like he was saying, a lot of people are making choices like their decisions and making decisions like their choices, and they have it backwards. So, I see a lot of this really inside. I've seen it inside of our own salons too over the years. I've seen it inside of a lot of other people's businesses, especially when they first join a program of some sort with us. Like, we're getting to work. Like, we're pulling back the books. We're looking into your numbers. We're getting you priced for profit. We're understanding exactly, are you profitable? Are you not? Most times you're not. And the goal in the first 30 days is to make as much money moves as possible to get you on the other side of the red, which is green. And also to be able to fix your business. Your business is broken. We have to fix it. Okay. So in the first 30 days, we are really also, I mean, there's a lot of work to do. We also have a lot of people that are really doing the work. Like, they are like, I am here for it. Like, I know what I signed up for. I'm committed. I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to have a different life, right? And then you've got people that get the like dopamine hit for like, oh, I signed up for this program. Oh my God. And then they don't show up for shit, and they don't show up for their call, and they no-show their coach, and they don't respond, and then they want to cancel. And it's just like, dude, like, why did I make time to talk about your business today, but you didn't? You know what I mean? Like, you came here to do something. Like, let's do it. Like, we're here. Let's do it. So there's two different types of people. Okay. So number one. Number two, the person that is showing up and doing the work and being okay with being uncomfortable and leaning in anyway and putting their ego down and really like there to do that person is making a decision to say no to her old way of being. Okay. That is someone who is stepping into being a business owner and not just like sitting here, making freaking mud pies. Okay. This chick is stepping into being an owner, and she's getting serious about her business. The other girl is choosing because she's so busy and can't make it, or she's uncomfortable or whatever. She's not looking at the long term. She's looking at like the right here, right now. Oh my gosh, like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm gonna just get out of the pool. Okay. I can't swim. I'm gonna get out. Well, guess what? If you freaking sat in there with me for 5-10 minutes, you'd be swimming. Okay. You'd learn how to swim. So that is the difference. So you've got this chick over here that's making choices to just, to hell with it, to hell with what I said I wanted, to hell with the future I really want. Because she's thinking very right here, right now. And then you've got the other one that's making a decision to stay the course, to lean in, to do the things that she needs to do, regardless of how she feels. Like Drew was saying, your feelings you're not your feelings, you have them. Okay. So, different type of human. Okay. So the difficult thing though, as a mentor, and if you are in any type of education at all, I don't care if you're doing business coaching, you're doing extension coaching, you're teaching people haircuts, you're teaching people color. you freaking know there are people in your classes that they're there. They're going to pay attention. They're going to do the thing because they're invested, not just here, but also monetarily. They're invested. They're going to pay attention. And then you've got a couple other people who are, they come in, they have a lot of ego. They think they know everything. And those are actually the people that are on the struggle bus the whole time and don't get anything out of the class, and they're not engaged. Okay. So you cannot, please know, if you're in education, you are even doing education in your own salon, you have assistants, you have stylists, you have people working for you in your business. Not everybody is going to be engaged at the same level. I wish that would be great, right? But not everybody's going to be engaged at the same level. But if you start to notice that you are not engaged at the same level on a consistent basis, that is likely going to cause that same shift in your team. And again, like I mentioned, we've seen this in our own team. We've had people in our leadership team that we have had to literally have very hard conversations with and be like, hey, you're not being a good leader. You're not showing up right. They're not respecting you right now. You were late. When you're late, that shows them that you don't prioritize their time. Therefore, why should they prioritize the training? So those are different things. Is choice and decision. It's happening everywhere. It's not just the business owner. It's people inside the business.
Yeah, because if you're late, and then the impact of that is because there's it depends on what you want to do. If you want to make a decision or a choice, but say you choose to leave the house at a particular time, and you're late, then the impact of that is that it is going to create a vibe within the community that you're leading. And it impacts everyone else's day. So they were expecting this to be, so they did a lot of work in their world, in their time to be on time. If the leader can't even be on time, the basic agreement of business, right? Be on time. She can't even do that. What else can't she do or he do?
So much.
And then now you're everyone is set back. So you're going to be rushing. So you're not going to be able to unravel and have the time that you need to do what you need to do. And this compounds over time. So if you're constantly late and you're constantly squeezing, you're constantly missing out on the things that just right under your nose that need to be done to move things forward. I think if a lot of people that would be, if you're a hot mess express right now, and we've all been there, the best thing you can do is get disciplined on your bedtime, and then get disciplined on being on time. And I know eye roll, the make your bed stuff, but it is really important because that's just the principles in which that you operate. So how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yeah,
right?
so that also just proves and shows that whether you're prepared or you're not prepared. And your ability to be prepared is your superpower, because that is respect is earned, by the way. It's not given. I don't care if you have owned your business for 10 years, 15 years, whatever.
No one cares.
Nobody cares, number one. Drew loves to nobody cares. But that's true. Nobody cares. And also, you have to earn your team's respect. And if you've breached your team's respect, that is something that you also have to earn back, okay? And that is through action, through consistency, through being prepared, through taking accountability for your own actions, even if it makes you feel like complete shit that you have to apologize to your team. Guess what? You made your choice to be this way and act this way and not, do these things. And now, guess what? You have to deal with that,
Yeah.
And that should not be a regular thing, by the way, in your business. And if it is, you need to you need to get a grip on the choices you're making, and really start to see that the choices that you're making you're kind of making decisions and you're going to have to say no to this old way of being to really be able to be respected. And to have people's loyalty too. I mean, we have team meetings every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Guess what time we start? 9 a.m.
I have them every day.
In the building, seated, coffee in hand, 9 a.m. We are starting.
People are late, and no one's expected to be perfect, know. But if you're late to a meeting like that, here's how you have to handle that. If you're the leader and you held the meeting and you're late, bad news bears. But you have to address it head on. Be hey team, I held this meeting and I'm late, and I acknowledge that I'm late. And the impact of that is that you may not respect my word, and what I say goes. And that's going to have everything fall apart. What I'm going to do from here moving forward is I'm going to get dialed in on some things I need to get dialed in the morning. I'm going to be adding in an hour block to my travel time just because the world is crazy and there's a lot of people everywhere. That way this doesn't happen again. So, you go through that, not necessarily like going through a big mushy conversation, but you go through the impact that has on them and then the fix and what you're going to do moving forward. Now they have your word, because if you fail to honor your word, saying that you did not honor your word is still honoring your word, because you're calling yourself out. You're being honest, right? Be like, hey, no one's perfect. So, but you have, if you don't address it, if you just don't say anything, you're just late because you're the fucking owner, like, you're going to lose people.
And this is when people say, well, I can't get everybody to show up to a team meeting. Well,
it's you.
It's probably you. Okay. Because I used to have the same problem. Getting people to show up. And guess what? We don't have that problem. And if somebody is late, and my girls know who the late ones always are, guess who the lower performers are in the salon usually? The late ones. Guess who the people are who are out of dress code most times? The late ones. Guess who get the most write-ups? The late ones. So look, it all starts with just being prepared, being able to really like understand the difference between choice and decision, like Drew was saying, and really getting serious about building a business, not just building a cool place to hang out. So anyways, we'll leave you guys with that. But wanted to give you guys some quick, fast, not just methodical stuff, but like really actionable stuff that you guys can do this week to start really changing how you're showing up in the business, how other people are showing up for you inside your business. So we'll leave you guys with that.